Climate change is predicted to affect agricultural production around the globe detrimentally. The effects will be particularly felt by island countries like Fiji, where a rise in sea levels as well as extreme climatic events pose substantial threats to agricultural production. One of the main strategies for achieving resilient agricultural productivity is to safeguard seeds to keep available high-yielding crop varieties that can also be productive in marginal conditions. However, not all these varieties are available to farmers. For example, Fiji market surveys have shown that only a few taro varieties are currently available to both growers and consumers. In this situation, gene banks play a pivotal role in conservation and use of priceless genetic resources for adaptation to climate changes. CPACT, the Centre for Pacific Crops and Trees in Fiji, is the only regional gene bank for the Pacific. It conserves more than 2,100 specimens of 18 different crop species, including the largest taro collection worldwide, as well as seeds of tree species of great relevance for the Pacific. CPACT is the only organisation in the Pacific region that is screening its seeds for diseases. To ensure that their collection is clear of disease, CPACT has recently upgraded its molecular laboratory and is prioritising the training of its young team. To help CPACT, the Pacific Seeds for Life, or PS4L project, was established in 2018, focusing on their main crop, taro. 3 key priorities were identified: virus screening, genotyping, and training. This is all being done at Manaaki Whenua Landcare Research, or Manaaki Whenua, at the Landcare site in New Zealand. Anna Podolin has been leading the virus screening work at Manaaki Whenua. A list of virus-infected samples is then reported back to CPACT, where the infected plants are removed from the collection. To better understand how many varieties of taro there are, genotyping is necessary. This work is being led by Caroline Mitchell. Characterising the genetic diversity of taro held within the CPACT collection is vital for the protection and optimal utilisation of these resources. Crop diversity is essential for climate change resilience. Reduced diversity is brought about by the adoption of a few key high-yielding varieties. This can have a serious impact on food production, because when you only have a few varieties dominating the landscape, this makes them extremely vulnerable to climate change-induced future threats, such as evolving pests and diseases, and extreme weather events such as drought. This can lead to widespread losses, seriously impacting food security throughout the region. The taro leaf blight epidemic that swept through Samoa and American Samoa in the 1990s is just one example that highlights the importance of diversity in the landscape. By uncovering the total taro gene pool of the Pacific and investigating which varieties are currently grown in-country for the local markets and for export, we can estimate how vulnerable taro is in specific areas. Together with agronomic trial data, this can enable selection of suitable samples from the CPACT collection to boost desirable traits, creating a more diverse and resilient food supply. In August 2022, Renuma Kumar and Sarah Dow from CPACT visited Lincoln for a month-long training session in molecular techniques for virus screening and genotyping. Renuma and Sarah have received training on the laboratory and analysis techniques for genotyping, along with follow-up support.
The training that our staff receive from Landcare, both the training that they receive while at Landcare labs and while Landcare staff have come here, has greatly improved their skills in lab. They were straight graduates out of university, and the Pacific does not have a lot of molecular training at university level. So I could see a spike in their skills when they came back from the 1 month training at Landcare, and they were able to really carry on the work that we needed to do in this lab, mainly around diagnostic. And I think the trainings really empowered them to learn more and be able to independently do a lot of the work, and as well as take on some research. Following the training, I mean, the staff, as I mentioned, were more keen on getting work done, and first of all, we needed to get the lab organized, because this is a new lab, and we needed to get equipment, so the staff were more comfortable on identifying what equipment were needed, developing the SOPs, and getting the work procedures in place. And also that led to the eventual testing of the collection. So we have now tested 50% of Charo collection, and this has been in collaboration together with Landcare. While we do the initial stuff here, Landcare does the high throughput testing, and then through that we have 30% of our collection available. The other thing the staff have been capable of doing is providing trainings, and the feedback I've got from the university and the ministry staff and regional as well, that the staff are very good with training, and these are the staff that went to Landcare to receive training. I think the skills and the support received under the Pacific CSO project will help CPEC and CPEC staff achieve the ultimate goal of getting our crops available for the countries, and this will be done safely, ensuring that we are distributing crops without the diseases that are associated in collecting them. I believe that we have achieved a lot in this small phase of the project, considering that we had hit by COVID and there was delays in implementation. And if we didn't have that break, we would have achieved a lot more. I see that there is still the need for the Pacific to develop its skills, its technologies to be on par with the developed world in terms of testing. And I see that the project Pacific Seeds for Life has really supported that for us as a regional organization to deliver that to the Pacific. We just completed the first nanopore run, NGS run, that I think it will be the world first for the Pacific. We have never had this, and the staff have gained the skills of this, so that it builds the confidence for the region to do this work. That is now globally everybody is doing it, and it's the benchmark for health testing. I think this collaboration needs to continue, whereby we harness some of the skills, the capacities at Landcare, and develop those capacities within the region.